Hey guys, Brett here, and today I want to show you the new Motion Countdown WordPress plugin. Now, I'm going to be honest, when I first got this plugin, I wasn't incredibly impressed by it because the first thing I noticed was that there was no help and there was no support. So there's no way to get help or support. There's no tutorials or anything built into the plugin. And that kind of got me a little turned off to it to start with. Because I always think there should be help and tutorials built right into the plugins. Fortunately, though, I did continue to test it, and what it does is actually really impressive. It's also pretty easy to use, so it's not a horrible thing that there's no tutorials inside of it. And what this plugin does is allows you to put countdown timers inside of your emails. Now, we all know that countdown timers add to conversions. I mean, it's just a simple fact. Every one of my sales pages has a countdown timer on it. Every one of just about everybody's sales pages will have a countdown timer on it. And the reason is because it's just a given fact. We know that countdown timers increase conversions. There's something about seeing a countdown timer, about physically seeing it, that psychologically gets urgency into people's minds and gets them to want to click, gets them to want to buy. So what this does is it allows you to put a countdown timer inside of your emails. Now, what I can really see a good use for this is actually for something that I do. I'm sure a lot of you have gotten my emails where I've given out special bonuses and said, hey, if you buy through me, you can get this special bonus, but it's only for 24 hours or only for 48 hours. Well, that's scarcity. I'll be quite honest. That's what I'm doing. I'm adding scarcity to the bonus. Well, now I can add a timer highlighting the scarcity of my bonus inside of the emails I send to people. Or let's just say I'm not doing a bonus. Let's just say the price is going to increase on a product I'm promoting. Now I can put a timer inside of the email and saying, hey, if you don't click on this now, before the timer runs out, you're going to lose out on this special pricing that the vendor is offering. There's a lot of things that you can do with this, and I think it's really cool that you can actually give people the scarcity without even having them get them to click because it's right inside of the email. So let me show you exactly how this works. I'm going to go ahead and click on Add New. I'm going to click on Normal Campaign. Now, why I said there is no tutorials or help inside, there is this here where you can actually mouse over the settings and it will give you a little tooltip that tells you what that's for. So that's pretty cool that that's in there. So now it's going to ask me for a campaign name. Now, this is anything I want. I'm just going to type in Brett's Test. And then it's going to ask me for a campaign URL. And this is because maybe somebody will click the timer and then that will actually redirect them to this URL that I type in here. Generally speaking, in your emails, you're also going to have your affiliate link or a link to your bonus page or your review page or something like that as well. But it's always a good idea to have this URL filled out in case somebody clicks on the actual timer in the email. Now for this test, I'm just going to redirect people to my blog. And I'm going to have this count down to Christmas, so December 25th. And it's going to ask me the time zone. Now, this is the time zone that I want the countdown timer to be based on. So I'm going to base it on my own time zone, which is Eastern time. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on Next. Now, it's going to ask me what kind of countdown I want. And you can actually see there's 3 different sizes, small, medium, and large. And there's several different designs. Now, I'm not sure, I'll be totally honest, I'm not sure how many of these designs come with the front end. Some of these may be a part of an upsell. In my copy, which I believe is the full everything copy, I've got a ton of designs. If you just get the front end, you might have less designs. But I'm just going to pick, I'm going to pick this one, the top one here. I'll click Next. Now, it has a couple of other settings, like if I want to have a sales page on my own blog and have a countdown timer on it and all that stuff. There are extra features, but to be honest with you, they don't interest me at all. What interested me is having the countdown timer inside of the email. That's what actually got me excited about this product. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Next again, and I'll just skip that last setting because that's optional. And you can see it added my campaign. And what I have now is this HTML code right here. So let me go over to my MailChimp account, and I'm going to put it inside of an email, and I'm going to send it to myself so you can see exactly how it is. Okay, so here we are on my MailChimp account, and I actually have a list that only has my email in it. I use it for when I test these types of plugins and these types of products. So I'm going to go ahead and just create a new email and send it to myself. So let's go ahead and edit this. And I'm going to type in, "You have to see this. It's great. But hurry. Time is almost up." Now, if this was a real email, I would type a lot more than just that, obviously, but I just want to give a demo of like the type of thing you would use for this for. So I'm going to go ahead and click this link right here. Now, this may be different in your autoresponder, but I'm sure every autoresponder has one where you can actually edit the code, edit the HTML for your email. In MailChimp, it's called Source, and it looks like that button right there. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And what I'm going to do now is go over to the plugin, get the code that the plugin provides, copy it, and I'm just going to paste it right inside of my email. And you can actually see right there, it put my countdown timer in already. And this is a real countdown timer. This isn't like, just a GIF, an animated GIF that repeats every couple of seconds. This is an actual real countdown timer that will count down to this time frame. It's not false scarcity. It's really cool. So let me go ahead and save it and send it to myself. All right, so now I'll take you over to my Yahoo account so you can see what it looks like in my Yahoo Mail client. All right, so here we are in my Yahoo Mail client, and there is the email that I just sent to myself. I'm going to go ahead and click on it, and there is my countdown timer right there. And as you can see, the time is actually correct. It has changed from when I was setting the email up. And again, that's because this is a real countdown timer. This isn't like a false scarcity GIF that repeats every couple of seconds. This is really cool. I mean, I know for a fact that countdown timers increase conversions. And by being able to put them right inside of my emails and say something like, click the link below to learn more before the timer runs out and you miss out on this deal, that's a really powerful thing. I really love this. And I can actually guarantee you that if you are on my list, you are going to be seeing these timers in my emails. Not every time, but every once in a while. And I'm for sure going to be using this. So now I will say something about this particular product. The sales page that the vendor made is really bad. It's one of the worst sales pages I've ever seen. It's very confusing. The vendor's trying to say that he's going to give training as well as the plugin. He's not just going to give you the plugin, he's going to give you training on list building, so that way you can have a list to actually mail to and use this timer with. But the sales page is very confusing. It's very complicated, and it's not very good at all. But believe me, he is a much better developer than he is sales page or copywriter, because this is a really cool plugin. It's a great concept, and it's not getting the hype that it deserves. It really deserves a lot more hype than it's getting, because it's really cool.